Good evening. Welcome back to Marty's Fly Tying Bench. Tonight I'm tying a Crazy Dad, Shane Stalcup pattern. Pretty simple crawfish, not a lot of ingredients, but with a good looking result and good action in the water. If you're just getting started building up your crawdad collection, this is a good one to start with. It doesn't take a whole lot of different materials, and you can get a variety going pretty quickly. The hook is a Dai Riki 700B. This hook's already got a bend in it. This one is size 8. Obviously you can tie it smaller, bigger, whatever you like. I got a 5/32 dumbbell that I'm going to use for weight. Fingers are a little slick. Going to get about 15 turns in one direction and then start back in the other, physically twist it, and then tighten my thread to get the dumbbell eyes to sit. Let's see, I brought it back to pretty close to right angles, and then I go through around the base of the dumbbell eyes a few times to tighten up the threads a little further. This is pretty firm. I don't even put glue on it when I get done with it. Now I'm going to reposition the hook so that it's level. Thread's 140 denier. You want something a little stronger, and I like this stretchy stuff, either Danville's or UTC, to set those dumbbell eyes. Now you see I've built a little bump of thread in the back. You can use a little bit of dubbing if you like. And I'm going to get 4 strands of Sili Legs. This is the nymph size. They're just a little bit finer than the regular. You can use either. I'm going to tie this in olive, so I'm going to get a complementary color of Sili Legs. And cut those off. Keep the length. You can always trim them shorter if you find that's necessary, but I'll keep them pretty long. Now for dubbing, I've got Wapsi Crawdub, and what I'll do is I'll pick a bundle of it out and start getting all the fibers together. I've already got a stack of it ready here, and I'm going to straighten out my thread and spin it till it's flat. I'm going to make a dubbing loop out of split thread. I've got this Stonfo tool. It sped things up a little bit. Set the thread in the slot. Push on the needle. Splits your thread. Now I only need about 4 inches of this stuff. I am going to make it pretty dense though. This is a pretty good pile of dubbing that I've stacked. Once you get it in between the split thread, you can spread it out a little bit, but I know from experience this length is going to pretty much cover the body, and I do want it dense. So when I spin this, I'll take my bobbin and hang my thread in it, so that I can spin a little longer length of split thread without having my bobbin banging all over the table or swinging around. Couple of good hard twists. And I'm going to take a dubbing brush and just touch it just to get those away from, or at right angles to the thread. And I don't worry much about sweeping them back. I want to get this thing done. There's the right amount. Nice bushy body. Get it shaggy. Now I've cut some bucktail. I picked an olive one, but I'm taking my hair off of the back side. You see where I've been digging at it right down here where it's dark? Doesn't take very much. I go ahead and put it in an extra large hair stacker, which works great. Just a couple of taps. And this isn't very dense. I just need enough of a dark stripe down the back. And I'm going to measure this so it extends past the bend of the hook, maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of a shank length. I'm going to move my my thread up to the eye. And these wraps aren't very tight. 5 or 6, and then I'm going to jump the thread behind the eyes. And then back in front of the eyes again just for a couple, and then I'm just going to sweep all of this out of the way. I think I like to make my whip knot right down here on the eye of the hook. Takes a little extra dexterity here to sweep this stuff out of the way. There you go. Now I'm going to trim those butts, leave a little bit of a tail, crawfish tail, and to finish it up I'm going to get a drop of Wapsi Fly Tire Z-Mint. Just brush it right there behind the eyes. That'll take care of the threads. It will stiffen up the bucktail a little bit. There's your crazy dad.